You know what's weird? AI can perfectly solve lead code or code forces problems, write essays, build applications, and literally explain insanely difficult topics like, say, quantum physics. But the moment you ask it to do something genuinely basic and useful, like check my emails, read my files, or update this spreadsheet, it just snaps. And suddenly it starts feeling surprisingly limited. It feels strange, right? Because we keep hearing that AI is becoming increasingly powerful, and some people even say AI might take your jobs. Well, that's a debate for another video. But somehow your AI still struggles to interact with the real world. And that exact problem is why people in the AI space started becoming interested in what we call as MCP. Hey everyone, I'm Yashwini Bansal, CSE grad from IIT BHU and currently working as a software engineer at DE Shaw. And in this video, we are going to talk about MCP. Technically, MCP has already been around for about a year now, so this isn't some brand new topic, but honestly, people have overhyped it, I feel, and somehow made it sound more technical than it actually is. So in this video, I'm going to talk about it from absolute scratch and definitely no AI background needed. So let's first try to understand the actual issue here and go to the pre-MCP era. Now, all these AI models and tools, they are mostly isolated. Think about ChatGPT or Claude. They know a lot for sure. Why not? They are basically trained on almost all the data available in this world. But by default, they don't naturally have access to your files, your emails, your databases, your Slack or Teams chat, or let's just say your computer and mobile. So every time developers wanted AI to interact with these applications, they had to build custom integrations manually. One team writes code for, say, GitHub, then one team writes integration for emails, then for Notion, for Slack, for Figma, and you see, quickly everything becomes so messy, and all these apps, they behave differently. So there is no standardized way, and it increasingly starts to become a huge effort. And even every company has to build its own system around all this, because AI itself is a dummy here, kind of, because it doesn't know what tools are available, how they are supposed to be used, how they expect I/O, and what they do. So this is where MCP steps in. So what even is MCP? MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. And I know it does sound intimidating, but the idea is pretty intuitive. So MCP is basically a common format that allows these AI models and external tools to communicate in a more consistent way. Think of it like this. Say all these devices in this world were invented with their own crazy charger shapes. So your laptop charger only works for your laptop, your mobile has another one, your tablet uses another, your earphones have another, and carrying all these wires everywhere is so annoying. But what if all these devices and everybody could agree upon one common format, and suddenly life is so much simpler? And that's exactly what MCP is trying to do for these AI models. Instead of every other company having to reinvent its own random integrations forever, MCP tries to provide a standardized way for these AI tools to know how to interact with with the external tools. So now the AI can understand that this is my toolkit, these are the tools available, this is what these tools do, this is how I need to interact with them, this is the input they expect, and this is the way I get the output. But here's one important thing. MCP is not another AI model or its version. It's not replacing ChatGPT, or it's not going to replace Gemini or Claude. It's more like an infrastructural improvement, a way to make tools usage much more clean and organized. So now what all this hype is about and why people are so excited about it. So people have started to realize something important. AI is no longer about chatbots. It's no longer just about generating text and code. The goal now has become agents, systems that can actually do stuff and not just answer your prompts. So for example, you ask an AI to say, find the latest document I downloaded about, say, OpenAI and summarize it and send it over email. So sounds fairly straightforward for a human, right? But for an AI to do the complete thing, it suddenly requires knowing how to access your files, the documents formats, how to write emails, handling permissions, formatting outputs correctly. That's a whole lot of coordination. And without standardization, every other firm has to keep reinventing the entire setup over and over again. So MCP became attractive because it reduces this friction. And that is why companies like Anthropic started pushing it so heavily. And the most interesting part about MCP is not even the MCP itself. At least for me, what's exciting is what it represents. So for the past few years, AI progress meant making models smarter, more intelligent, making bigger models, more parameters, better benchmarks. But the industry has started to slowly realize one important thing. Intelligence alone is not enough. A genius trapped inside a room is still powerless, right? So the model can be incredibly smart but still not be useful in a real workflow. So now this is a much cooler and deeper shift, I believe, because the shift is happening from how smart the model is to how effectively the model can interact and communicate with the real world. So yeah, that's all what an MCP is about. And I hope this video made MCP more understandable and sound less like an intimidating AI buzzword. So do like, share, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. So bye bye. See you in the next one.